Hey, what's going on YouTube? Hey, we back with another episode of Sports Picks with Big Zay. I'm gonna go ahead and give you my MLB picks for Wednesday, September 7th, 2022. First game of the day, we got the Mets taking on the Pirates. We got Chris Bassett on the mound going up against Bryson Wilson. And the thing about the Mets done lost 3 games in a row. The Mets been looking ugly. I'm not for sure that I think they might be headed into a slump. But with Bryce Wilson on the mound for the Pirates, I'm kind of nervous to take the Pirates as well. Especially with the way he's been pitching as of late. I think the best bet and the best line for this game is the over. Bear with me today, y'all. A lot of these games, we don't have the lines yet of these games. We don't really have the totals, who's really favored yet. So, in the Mets and Pirates game, I'm going to take the over. Whatever they say, I'm going to take the over. Next game, we got the Twins taking on the Yankees. We got Louis Varland going up against Domingo German. And I haven't seen nothing to Louis Varland enough for me to back him up, especially his this outing to be, against the Yankees at home. The Yankees look like they've been doing pretty good on the Twins so far, especially in game 1. I'm going to take the Yankees on the money line. Next game, we got the Brewers taking on the Rockies. We got Eric Lauer on the mound going up against Kyle Freeland. We got 2 lefties going on the mound. And Rockies just hit lefties better than the Brewers do OPS in less 30 days. I'm going to take Rockies on the plus money here at plus 118. You really can't beat that play. That's a big plus money play. Last time Eric Lauer was on the mound against this Rockies team, the Brewers did get that win. They won 10-9. But, that was against Chad Kuhl, who's a right-hand pitcher. And, Brewers do favor righties better than they do lefties, in my opinion, especially in that, the fact stated as well. OPS in the last 30 days, the Brewers have not been hit lefties extremely as well. They have righties. The Brewers just been crushing righties all season long. Kyle Freeland, I like the way he's been pitching as of late. He's been pitching really solid. I really like this play. I'm going to take the Rockies on the plus money at plus 118. Next game, we got the Braves taking on the Athletics. We got Spencer Strider on the mound for the Braves going up against Ken Waldrop. And, Ken Waldrop is a left-handed pitcher. And, OPS in the last 30 days, the Braves are starting to hit lefties. They're starting to crush lefties. We took the Braves yesterday. Even though the Braves bullpen in that game did give up a few runs, the Braves still stood tall later in that game. But with Spencer Strider here, I do like the way he's been pitching, man. And he's so young, man. He got so much talent. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see him in the future, especially in this Major League Baseball league. He got a bright future, heading into this Braves organization. But Ken Waldrop, he just hasn't shown me really enough this year for me to just back him up, especially against a Braves lineup. I'm gonna take the Braves on the run line, the -1.5, in the Braves and the Athletics game. Next game, we got the Tigers taking on the Angels. We got Drew Hutchison on the mound going up against Patrick Sandoval. And, last time Patrick Sandoval went up against his Tigers team, the Angels did get the win. The Angels won 1-0. You didn't really see no offense from either side, and that was against Matt Manning, not Drew Hutchison. That was against Matt Manning. But, Patrick Sandoval, man, he went 9 innings played. He only gave up 4 hits and 0 earned runs to this Tigers team. He really pitched a shutout game. I was really intrigued on his performance, especially his performance against the Yankees. His last few outings, he's just been pitching rock solid. I got to take the Angels here on the money line. I think they sweep the Tigers. Tigers coming all the way from Detroit to L.A. They're on the west side. This ain't really their territory that they're used to anyways. I like the Angels on the money line. I think the Angels been the better team as of late. Next game, we got the White Sox versus the Mariners. We got Michael Kopech on the mound versus Luis Castillo. And, this is a real tricky one, man. The Mariners' offense has just been clubbering righties and lefties as of late. But, since they've been in this White Sox series, their offense really hasn't sparked enough for me to just, think that they've been really getting the White Sox. The White Sox have been hanging in there in these games. Michael Kopech, as much as I don't like the way he's been pitching this season, he's such an off and on pitcher. One game he gives up 1 earned run, pitch a solid performance. And in this game, he gives up 4 or 5 earned runs. But his past couple games, he's been giving up a lot of earned runs. This is a new month. I think he can come in this Mariners game and pitch a rock solid 5 innings against this Mariners team, maybe even 6. With Luis Castillo on the mound. I'm going to take a shot here. I'm going to take the White Sox plus 1.5. Next game, we got the Giants taking on the Dodgers. We got Alex Cobb going up against Clayton Kershaw. And, last time Clayton Kershaw went up against his Giants team, the Dodgers did win. It was 7-4. The same pitchers was on the mound. They both gave up 4 earned runs. Alex Cobb gave up 4 earned runs. Clayton Kershaw gave up 4 earned runs. The Giants bullpen kind of blew it in that game. The Dodgers got the win 7-4. And I think this could be a little different. I think this one runs can be hard to come by. But, we've been riding with the Giants, and the Giants cashed first game, and they did not cash yesterday. But I'm going to stay with the Giants here and just see. The Giants been the better team this month, in my opinion, especially sweeping the Phillies. We was riding with the Giants that whole Philly series. This whole month so far, in these 6, 7, 8 games that these teams done played, the Giants only lost 1 time so far. The Dodgers, on the other hand, have lost 3 this month. I think they've been the more shakier team. I'm going to take the Giants plus 1.5. Next game, we got the Twins taking on the Yankees. We got Joe Ryan on the mound against Garrett Cole. And I really thought this game was going to happen yesterday. And yesterday I did have the Yankees on the run line, but I've been doing some more study in this game, and I found a line that I really like a lot better. I like the under in this game. We don't have no line yet, nobody's favorite, but, the thing about it, Joe Ryan gave up a lot of earned runs to this Yankees team last time. I think he can come in this team and limit the runs. The Yankees offense just been so shaky as of late. And you look at the OPS the last 30 days against right-handed pitching, the Twins have been falling as well, .664, and the Yankees at .593. There was times in this season where both these Yankees and Twins was in the high 8, .879, .882, stuff like that. At .664, that's kind of a disappointment to his Twins lineup. And .593 in the last 30 days is a big disappointment to this Yankees lineup that might be the best offensive lineup in the whole Major League Baseball. So with that being said, I got to take the under with whatever they say. And the Joe Ryan against Garrett Cole, I think runs are going to be hard to come on this one. I'm going to take the under in the Twins and Yankees game. Next game, we got the Mets taking on the Pirates. We got Jacob deGrom going up against Johan Oviedo. And the Pirates got Johan Oviedo, which lets me know that this is probably going to be a bullpen game. He's probably going to come and pitch 1 to 3 innings, and they're going to go ahead and trade him out. They'll probably go with 3 to 5 pitches on a day. So that makes me think that the Mets might not be able to get offensively situated like they want. As soon as you think that you get a pitcher down, they go ahead and put a different pitcher in there at you. And Jacob deGrom, since he's been on this Mets team, every single game he's been in has been under. Every single game he's pitched since he's been back from injury has been under. So, I don't see what's the difference here. I'm going to ride with the under in the Mets and the Pirates game. Even though we don't have no lines, no over and unders, I'm going to ride with the under. Next game, we got the Red Sox taking on the Rays. We got Nick Pivetta going up against Jeffrey Springs. And the thing about it, we've been riding with the Rays all series long, and the Rays cashed yesterday and they cashed the day before that. The Rays did have a pitching change as of late, and I really didn't even see it. I still put my money on the Rays. I actually hit on the Rays today. I still commented too. I told them I still took the Rays. I didn't even know they changed the pitcher, but it was still good for us. We still cashed that play, and in this one, I'm going to have to flip scripts. I don't like the way Nick Pivetta has pitched against his Rays team at all. Both games against his Rays team, they have lost, and both times he's just given up a lot of earned runs to this Rays team. And Jeffrey Springs is a good lefty, but, the Red Sox just favor lefties better than they do righties. OPS in the last 30 days, Red Sox against lefties at .753, and the Rays against righties at .725. The Red Sox is just hitting lefties a slight tad better than the Rays is hitting righties. The Rays put up a lot of runs. They put up 8 runs yesterday. I don't know if they could put up another 8-run performance. They might, but I think the Red Sox can hang with them on this spot. I'm going to take the Red Sox plus 1.5 and the Red Sox in the Rays game. Next game, we got the Marlins taking on the Phillies. And this is actually one of my favorite games on the favorite games of the slate today. We got Trevor Rogers going up against Bailey Falter. And Trevor Rogers is on a 5-game losing streak. Last time he went up against his Phillies, the Marlins was at home. Philly had to travel all the way from Philadelphia all the way to Miami to play this team. And the Phillies still put up strong, not their usual offensive performance, but they won 4-0. And that was against Aaron Nola, a right-handed pitcher, where the Marlins, to me, they favor righties better than they do lefties. OPS in the last 30 days, the Marlins hit righties way better than they do lefties. And Bailey Falter's a pretty good left-handed pitcher on the mound. He's been pitching as of late, not the best, but only giving up 1, 2 to 3 earned runs keeps a team like the Phillies in it. You know, when you pitch 4 to 6 innings, only give up 1 to 3 earned runs, of offense like the Phillies, you know, that's really a good sign. You know, and the Marlins, they just really haven't been hitting lefties as of late. You know, not good at all. So in this game, I got to take the Phillies on the run line at -1.5. We had the Phillies on the run line yesterday. I think Trevor Rogers is not as good as a lefty as Jesus Luzardo. So the Phillies got the money line cash, but not the 1.5 cash. I think they cashed the 1.5 today pretty easy. I'm going to take the Phillies 1.5. Next game, we got the Blue Jays taking on the Orioles. We got Alek Manoah on the mound going up against Dean Kremer. And we had the Orioles yesterday, and the Orioles cashed for us. We had the Blue Jays the day before that cashing back-to-back doublehead games, which they did. We've been calling every single game in this series. But in this one, I'm going to take the Orioles plus 1.5. Thing about it, you know, I really like the way Dean Kremer has been pitching as of late. And seeing it yesterday, the Orioles cashed, even though the Blue Jays offense was just on a tear. They just showed them that, hey, y'all might be able to put 6, 7 runs too, but guess what? We can put up 9. You know, so the Orioles really bounced back. That was a really hellified game. I was watching it. Really got me out my seat. You know, I was pretty hyped up in that game. But I'm going to take the Orioles plus 1.5. I like Alek Manoah. He's the Blue Jays ace. You know, and even if he only gives up a few earned runs, I think Dean Kremer's only going to give up a few earned runs. I think if the Blue Jays win, they're going to win by 1. You know, and the Blue Jays are only -140. You know, they're just slight favorites to this Orioles team who's just been the underdog king this season. So I'm going to take the Orioles plus 1.5. Next game, we got the Reds taking on the Cubs. We got Mike Minor going up against Javier Assad, and we had the Reds on the plus money yesterday, and boy, it was an embarrassing loss. You know, after when Justin Dunn was in there, the Reds was right there with him. It was a tie game. As soon as they took Justin Dunn out, the Reds bullpen just crumbled against this Cubs lineup. The first 5 innings was looking way better than the actual game. The Reds lineup really, the Reds bullpen surprised me yesterday. But you know, the thing about it, Javier Assad, I think he's really an underrated pitcher. You know, he's been pitching lights out for the Cubs, way better than Mike Minor has been pitching. You know, the Cubs do favor lefties a little better. About the same that the Reds favor righties OPS in the last 30 days. So in this one, I'm going to take the Cubs on the money line. We don't have no line in this game as well, no over and under. So in this one, I'm going to just take the Cubs on the money line, whatever the price is. Next game, we got the Nationals taking on the Cardinals. We got Corey Abbott on the mound against Jordan Montgomery. And I've really liked the way Jordan Montgomery been pitching for this Cardinals team. I'm going to take the Cardinals on the run line, -1.5. I think that's the best line and the best game. You see the Cardinals bounce back when Nationals got that embarrassing. They lost embarrassingly in that game 1. So I'm going to take the Cardinals on the run line. Next game, we got the Guardians taking on the Royals. We got Cody Morris going up against Zach Greinke. And, you know, I like the way Zach Greinke been pitching as of late, but he's still been giving up some earned runs. Cody Morris been giving up earned runs. He hasn't even pitched a lot, enough for me to just sit there and back him up, especially with his couple home runs and them couple innings that he got. So I'm going to just take the over in the Guardians and Royals game. I think that's the best bet. Both of these offenses kind of been hitting. The Warriors offense hasn't been hitting as nearly as good as the Guardians, but the Guardians been having some of the stronger pitchers in this series. We still been riding the Royals, and the Royals haven't been cashing for us. You know, I think the Guardians are starting to get better offensively, but I feel like the Royals could have a breakout game here as well. And instead of taking the Royals on the plus money, because I'm pretty sure the Guardians will be favored, I'm going to take the over. We don't have no line in this game either, but I'm going to just take the over. Next game, we got the Rangers taking on the Astros. We got Cole Reagans going up against Christian Javier. And we don't have no line in this game as well, but I'm going to take the over in this game. We took the over yesterday, over 7, and it was a push for us. It was exactly 7 runs scored, even though both teams had big-time bases, people on the base in the later 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. I was really surprised that game didn't cash for us. I think today it cashes indefinitely. Cole Reagans, Astros OPS last 30 days just been clubbering lefties. You know, and the Rangers, I think, been hitting righties OPS the last 30 days a little better, especially this Astros team. I've been watching this series, and I think the Rangers offense is starting to come more alive. They got their first win, you know, after on that huge losing streak that they had. Maybe give them a little confidence going in this game. I'm going to take the over in the Rangers and Astros game. Next game, we got the Diamondbacks taking on the Padres. We got Tommy Henry on the mound against Yu Darvish. And in this one, I'm gonna take the Padres on the money line. I really like this game too. I might do a little parlay myself, a little 2-team. I might take the Padres and the Phillies. Even a 3-team. I might take Rockies 1 and plus 1.5. The Padres on the money line and the Phillies on the money line. I like that 3-team parlay as well. I'm gonna look at these games though and see what I like overall best. But I really like the Padres and the Phillies. The Padres been losing to the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks have just been on fire. The Diamondbacks been on fire as of late. I don't know how they're gonna look against Yu Darvish, considering Yu Darvish just came off a 7-1 win against the Dodgers. You know, the Padres did beat the Dodgers 7-1. He pitched 7 innings, only gave up 2 hits, 0 earned runs. You know, OPS in the last 30 days, the Dodgers been hitting righties way better than the Diamondbacks have. You know, so I'm gonna take Padres on a money line. Tommy Henry is a lefty, and Padres OPS in the last 30 days against lefties, they just keep rising. The Padres been hitting lefties a lot better as of late. I'm gonna take the Padres on the money line. All right, y'all. This has been Sports Picks with Big Zay. That was my whole baseball slate. Y'all know I try my best to give y'all my best bets and my best lines every single day. Y'all know NFL about to start, baby. We just a couple days away for the Bills and the Rams to kick off the NFL season. I got something spicy for that game. I've been studying all week for that game, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably drop the video the day before the game start. So just be on watch for that. If you want to be a part of the money team, baby, go ahead and subscribe. Give me a like. Give me a share. I really appreciate that. This has been Sports Picks with Big Zay. Before I go, I want to let y'all know, drop in the comments. Let me know if y'all hit yesterday. Let me know y'all tickets for tomorrow. You already know we family in the gambling world. We got to look out for each other. Hey, I want everybody to hit tomorrow. Y'all know it's a new month. We've been hitting the books hard, baby. Let's get it. This has been Sports Picks with Big Zay. Y'all take care.